Here's President Kennedy's speech on YouTube. I'm going to use that as a source to see if my speech to text is working. But look, it's working on this small Android device.
Has been largely restored.
It started.
A neutral coalition in Laos, while still in difficulty, is at least in being. The integrity of the United Nations Secretariat has been reaffirmed. A United Nations decade of development is underway. And for the first time in 17 years of effort, a specific step has been taken to limit the nuclear arms race. I refer, of course, to the treaty to ban nuclear tests in the atmosphere.
And as I speak, it'll be picking up my voice too in real time. Now, I think that's very fast. There may be systems as fast as that, I don't know. But I'll explain how it works in a minute, but I think that's fast. But just to see what else we can do with it, why don't we put some Mandarin on instead? And let's see. Normally we just reset it.
东北话，其实只是我觉得就是口音有一点不一样吧，然后被大家会认为有一些土或者是很搞笑，但是对我来说，它
And it's still in English.
是有我的很重要的一部分。虽然说我现在东北话应该讲的不是很纯正了，因为12岁搬到北京之后，口音慢慢的变得有点北京味儿。像我现在说是北京味儿，而不是北京味儿，我也不知道。然后家对我来说，意义现在会变得比较模糊吧，因为自从12岁搬到了北京之后，对于家的概念就不是很清楚，因为最开始也不是很喜欢北京的这个城市，所有从小到大的朋友或者我所熟悉的文化生活方式，完全在离开长春的那一刻就断了，所以对我来说，我一直都会觉得东北是我的家，但是如果要是严格意义上来讲，它应该会是家乡。如果你一定要用一个词儿的话，但是对于我来说那是我的家，就它只是我的家，但并不代表那个说我每天都会回去的家，因为我觉得家是有一定的情感上的依赖在里面，大概就是这样吧。然后
So let's translate that into English. I will go home every day, go home. Should be a hometown and so on. Let's pick some something else. Oh yes. So, got them looking at the wrong thing. What about French? This is still in English, the ad.
With Lucid, IT teams don't have to start from square one. Need a work order process? Describe what you need and generate a flowchart automatically with AI. Create technical diagrams, roadmaps, and plan projects faster using customizable templates. Streamline workflows and documentation.
Et pour parler de ce sommet de la francophonie, de l'avenir de la langue française, Florence Test, enseignante en français langue étrangère à l'IEF Université de Montpellier, l'Institut d'études françaises pour étudiants étrangers, nous a rejoint sur ce plateau. Bonjour, merci d'être avec nous. On vient de l'entendre dans ce reportage. Passion rime avec vocation depuis 25 ans pour ce professeur de lycée de Phnom Penh. C'est votre cas aussi, vous êtes professeur depuis près de 40 ans.
Oui, c'est ça. Je suis professeur de français depuis effectivement très longtemps. Et c'est vrai que c'est un métier qu'on fait pas pour gagner beaucoup d'argent, c'est clair, mais parce que ce soit moi ou tous mes collègues avec qui je travaille habituellement, on est tous là parce qu'on aime ça. Et le rapport avec les étrangers, le rapport avec la langue française, c'est quelque chose d'un peu difficile à expliquer en fait. C'est vraiment une passion.
Et vous avez aussi enseigné en Asie, en Chine particulièrement?
Oui, en Alliance française et à l'université aussi, 2 ans à Nanjing, en Chine continentale et 3 ans.
So it doesn't really have any trouble with French. You need to try something else. I could try Swahili. It's not so good on Scottish and Gaelic. Well, here's Hindi.
रात को जैसे आपने कहा कि हम सब चीजें प्रभु को अर्पित कर दें, क्या इसे मुख से बोल करके उन्हें कहा जाए, या पत्र की भी बात एक बार हमारी हुई थी, पत्र को लिख करके उन्हें अर्पित किया जाए, क्या व्यवस्थित रूप से विधि हो सकती है?
जिनका उनसे बहुत अच्छा कनेक्शन होता है, जो योग अच्छा अभ्यास करते हैं और एकदम बस संकल्प किया और उससे जुड़ गए, वो तो उनसे बातें करें
जी।
लेकिन बहुत से ऐसा नहीं होता, तो वो उनके नाम एक लेटर लिखें, लेटर टू गॉड, लेटर टू माय सुप्रीम फ्रेंड जी, ऐसा लिख दें। सारी लिखना बल्कि और भी अच्छा होता है। हमने जो ये काम चालू कराया तो बहुत ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारियों ने रात को शिव बाबा के नाम पत्र लिखने प्रारंभ कर दिए। छोटे लोग डरते थे ये हम किसे देंगे, कोई पढ़ न ले, हमारा तो प्राइवेट है। तो देने की बात नहीं, अपनी डायरी में लिखो, भले उन्हें जला दो, बाद में कुछ भी करो। वो लिखते ही ऊपर गए और वो शिव बाबा ने पढ़ लिए, देख लिए और आपको तुरंत मदद आ जाएगी। तो रूढ़ियान करके बातें करके भी अपने बोझ उसे दे सकते हैं, पर लिखने का जो तरीका है वो बहुत ही सुंदर है, बहुत ही सुंदर है। उसे फिर हम थोड़ा याद भी कर सकते हैं ना, भाई ये तो हमने अर्पित कर दिया है, तो अच्छा रहे।
और क्या विशेष अभ्यास करते हुए सोया जाए ब्रदर जी? क्योंकि कई बार ये भी बात आप कहते हैं कि रात्रि का जो हमारा अंतिम विचार होता है वही सुबह उठते ही हमारा प्रथम विचार होता है, अर्थात रात को जिस स्थिति में हम सोए हैं।
So it normally needs a little kick if you're changing languages, but often it just understands. I don't have to tell it which language it is. Let's try. I thought we had a Japanese one. Oh yeah, this is a Mandarin one again.
大家好，我们是 Easy Chinese。今天我们要来这里问问大家，你今天来这里做什么？我们现在是在台北最有名的景点台北101。
It says they're in Taipei. Just wait till this.
你好，请问你今天来这里做什么？
我来这里这个买书，
好，那所以是到成品吗？
是，从那边走过来，要去吃中餐。
我今天来啊，想逛街找朋友啊。所以是朋友有聚会？
对，是。
来逛街吗？来看文具展，吃喝馆。这样子，那好玩吗？好玩，好，谢谢你。你好，请问你今天来这里做什么？
我今天去世贸一馆那边逛展。
逛什么展呢？
多媒体
展。那它有什么样的特色吗？
因为它现在是4展联合并在一起，其实就是看你有需要什么，然后你进去你就是去逛你需要的。
Basically said, what kind of speciality do you do? Hang on. What kind of characteristics you have, because it's like a collaboration of 4 shops. So one thing you're going to watch is that the algorithm that does this, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, is a really clever algorithm called Whisper, and it can take any language and give out English. It can really give out any language to any language, and it can auto detect, but you can get faster initial recognition. If you tell it, for example, it's going to be Chinese, then it'll be quicker, but here it's auto detecting it anyway. I don't have to tell it. And the whole system is running here on my PC, and it's just being transmitted through the onto HTTPS. That's an internal web link through the house. It's a secure link. The reason it's got to be secure is not because I'm worried about somebody hacking into it so much as the microphone can't be used in these modern browsers unless you use HTTPS, which means you've got to have private certificates and so on at the server. Now the server is here, and it's you can see it's called a Flask server in Python. You can have a read about that. I'm going to stop it here, and you'll see what it's got here is it's got well, it looks like HTML, isn't it? HTML, and JavaScript. And what the JavaScript does is it grabs the speech with the Windows API, or and then once it's got that, it actually converts it into a file which it sends in chunks. Each chunk in this case is a second, but it can be longer if you want it to be. It's all about how quickly you want to do the translation. You can make it 5 seconds if you wanted to, but you get a delay when it's coming back. And I can get away with 1 second here in this fast network because it's within the house. At least I can do that. And then at the bottom, this Python script, which is, so this is the Python script. It's called the backend. Okay, and it's not very big. There's where it's picking up my certificates and so on. And the rest of it's the front end, and that's what runs on your browser. And so the what happens is when you log into the right URL, this gets downloaded into your URL. I guess that's why they have the security, because you could download all sorts of malicious things if you wanted to, and they got a trust certificate and so on. And then this will run on your other computer, your client, and that's this one here, or any mobile phone or any device, another computer. It's anything with a web browser, so it doesn't have to be Android or anything particular. The one thing about it is the Whisper algorithm is kind of computational intensive if you want it to run as fast as I've got it. So you need CUDA support, which is an accelerator, graphics accelerator, which most people have got nowadays for games and things. Mine isn't anything super expensive or anything like that, and I'm not using that much of it for this particular, at the moment, for this task. So this gets, I've run a couple of clients simultaneously, and it doesn't seem to worry about it. I mean, but it's not a proper server, of course. But the basic principle is that it grabs the audio, sends it into chunks and sends it to the server, and at the server the Whisper algorithm takes it and translates it, or puts it into speech. It gives text out at the end anyway, and that text is sent back and it's put in the text window here. So in theory you can have a server somewhere in the world, a powerful one that's running this, and somebody on their phones can do this and just hold it in front of somebody. Now the difference is here, as you can see, a lot of these translators that they have already, although I might be wrong, there might be ones that I haven't seen, tend to be ones where you press a button and you speak a sentence and then you stop, and then you press the second button that translates. Now this one does it continuously, so this is the difference here. It's a streaming translator. Okay, so I don't think there's that many of them around, but if you're going to do real-time translation, you've got to get streaming right. However you do it, I mean, if eventually this goes in, you have earbuds or whatever, I know people are working on that sort of thing. There's different models that we get for the Whisper algorithm, which, by the way, was developed, I believe, or paid for by OpenAI, and I think Facebook had something to do with it. So it's called the OpenAI Whisper algorithm, and there's 5 different models. Tiny is one of them. Can't find the code here, somewhere it's in here. I can't remember where it is. I think I'm using the small model. The small, which is still quite big. Yeah, so model equals Whisper load model, device equals CUDA. So if you don't have to run it on CUDA, that's your accelerator, video accelerator thing, but it's better you do. So I'm running the small model, but before that there's also the tiny model and another one at the bottom of that, and I can't remember the other ones. There's 5 of them, but I find that the small model is a good compromise to run. So there it is anyway, real-time translation of a sort, near real-time translation, and I think that's took quite rather a long time to get it to work like this, and I hope you found that interesting.